Ah, damn. Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another match reaction. Welcome back to another video. Guys, before we talk about Barcelona's absolutely embarrassing performance tonight against Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League, make sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Everything's posted down below in the description on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter, on every single social media platform. And guys, if you guys want to join in and give your thoughts about the match, um, and you want to talk about the game as well, just go on my Twitter page, Actually Podcast. Click on the first link that will be that will be posted from StreamYard, and then you'll be able to join the stream and give your thoughts about the game. But guys, let's talk about Barcelona's defeat against Shakhtar Donetsk. But let's first look at Barcelona's lineup that shall be fielded. So you had Ter Stegen in goal, Marcos Alonso, Christensen, Araujo, Cancel on the defense. In the midfield, you had Gundogan or Romeo, Gavi, and up top you have Ferran Torres, Lewandowski, and Rafinha. Now, looking at this starting lineup, I think Xavi did the right decisions. You know, starting with three attackers, I think that was much needed. Resting Joao Felix, resting Balde, and resting Kunde, three players who have been getting a lot of minutes so far recently. I think it was a smart idea. Starting or Romeo, it's an iffy question. I can understand both sides of the coin. Starting or Romeo, try to give him a vote of confidence, and basically try to boost his confidence. And you also rest Fermin Lopez, who has been playing recently, and we don't want to overplay our players, and then that's something that we do need to keep in mind. But looking at the performance from Barcelona, guys, it was bad. It was another poor performance, very stale, very boring. We didn't create a single clear goal scoring opportunity. We went into basically 100 minutes of football because after Shakhtar Donetsk they scored their goal, which was a diagonal pass from the left winger to the right winger. The striker runs into the box. Silkan basically headers the ball. I think it was a pass from Gold. It was basically Shakhtar Donetsk right back. I'm not going to pronounce his name because I'm gonna butcher it completely. But that's how they basically scored the goal. I believe it was Newerton. He gave the pass to the right back, and the right back put in the cross for Sikon, and then Sikon basically scored the header, which I think Ter Stegen he could have done much better. Like, I'm sorry, Ter Stegen once again, um, he just didn't show up. The header, he could have done much better once again. But Shakhtar Donetsk also they scored another goal, which was ruled offside, and in that instance, the play Ter Stegen once again turning into a statue, turning into a hologram, a ghost. But once again, just looking at Barcelona's performance, we didn't play well. We weren't able to create any clear goal scoring opportunities. We didn't create any chances. We were way too predictable. We just weren't good enough. The whole team just I don't know what it is, because when you think about it, the quality that this team has, they should be playing much better. Because when you look at this squad, these are very good players. I just don't understand why they're playing so badly. Is it just like Xavi isn't coaching them right? Is it fatigue? Is it the injuries? Because Lewandowski's coming back from an injury, Rafinha as well. I don't know. Guys, what are your thoughts on the game? Why do you think that Barcelona's playing so badly? But looking at each player individually, once again, I thought no one played well. Um, Cancelo, given the man of the match through in this match, it doesn't make sense. He was as bad as everyone in the whole team. But specifically, guys, one player that we do have to talk about is Robert Lewandowski. Robert Lewandowski had a nightmare tonight. Robert Lewandowski just, I'm sorry, each passing game he's getting worse and worse. What's it called, is dropping it into the midfield, asking for the ball. His touches are getting poorer and poorer. He's breaking up attacks. He's just not good enough, and that's very very worrying signs, because this is not a one-off game. This is like a decline that we are seeing throughout his games, and this is worrying because at Barcelona, if they want to aspire for titles this season, we cannot be playing this poorly, and it's very worrying. But guys, Ferran Torres and Rafinha, they also didn't play well. Gavi, he tried his best, and he tried his best. He looked at times lost. Gundogan, he did have a good start to the game. He did have a good start to the game. Just however, when what's it called, Shakhtar Donetsk scored, and when we started getting to the later parts of the game, just Gundogan, he wasn't able to have that impact. And this loss in the Champions League, it means that our top spot in the group stage is at risk. Look at this, guys, right here. Barcelona, they have 9 points with 4 games played. Porto, they have six. No, well, I mean, but the game has just started right now, and so they are going up to 7. But if Porto they win their match, they're going to be going up to 9 points. Barcelona, they're still going to be top because of the head-to-head record. But this is like this false insecurity is something that should be worrying. Because look at the group stage we have, guys. We have Porto, Shakhtar Donetsk, and we're Antwerp. And if we cannot top the group, I'm sorry. As soon as we get past the group stage, we're meeting a City, we're meeting a Bayern, we're meeting a top team, and we're going to get absolutely humiliated. We're going to get 3, 4, 5 goals scored past Ter Stegen. And these are the players who came on in the second half. Lamine Yamal, the only player who had a big impact, and he created, more chances than all three of them combined did in basically the 60 minutes that they played and the 90 minutes that Robert Lewandowski played. But Barcelona, they need to secure this top spot. They need to secure this top spot. I cannot reiterate how important that is, because if we don't, and if we lose the top spot to Porto, then I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna be like, not only does that speak poorly of Barcelona, but also we're gonna be facing top teams in the knockouts. The entire point of finishing top is to avoid those top teams. We do not want to be playing them, and it's tough. It's tough. And I can't wait for the international break, guys. Our next team is against Alaves at home, which is a boost. They are 14th in La Liga. They have 6 losses so far, and so beating and competing against the Alaves, that's going to be a good sign. They are going to defend deep. They are going to be compact, and so Barcelona's struggle of breaking low block teams once again is going to be put into the fruition, into the forefront. Um, but that's definitely going to be the topic for conversation later this week. But guys, now let's see what social media is saying, and I want to see some thoughts on the vibes of the fan base. But guys, remember, if you guys want to join in and give your thoughts about the match, just go on my Twitter page at CulePodcast. The forwards are just not clicking. Yeah, the forwards just, they're not clicking. We're not creating chances. And I'll also say it's like they're just poor. They're just poor in front of goal. Robert Lewandowski had a poor game. Rafinha had a poor game. Ferran Torres, he had a better game than both Lewandowski and Rafinha, but they're very poor. Their touches, their passes, their movement, they can't beat the man. It's just it's baffling. But let's see what social media is saying, guys, right now. Nah, Trey is a hater. He's a United hater. Still remember how scary it used to be facing Barcelona in the Champions League. You go and pray not to get embarrassed. Now they're the joke of the Champions League. This club fell off bad. Well, I mean, Trey, how about you try winning a Champions League game first? And then talk about Barcelona. Xavi Hernandez. The Champions League demands the highest level, and today we have not shown it. We are leaving angry. Intensity, no. Today I would blame it on the game. We have not interpreted it correctly. We have to recover and improve. Now, this is positive signs. Xavi, he is not hiding away. He's saying, hey, we are playing bad and then we need to improve. This Barcelona fell off after Lionel Messi left them. Needs to be studied in the history books. Well, I mean, when you have the greatest player in history playing for the club, obviously that's going to happen. Barcelona had not lost to Shakhtar since the 2008-2009 season, a season in which Barcelona won the Champions League. Guys, this is not going to happen. Barcelona is not going to win the Champions League. Barcelona, they just simply do not have the quality that team had in 2008, 2009. It's just that simple. Xavi has lost 5 matches in the Champions League group stage. That's tied for the most all time by any Barcelona manager in the competition. And he's only been here for about 2 seasons and a half. It is very, Very worrying, guys. Xavi in the knockouts competition in the Champions League, he has not been up to par. The whole topic about Xavi is like, hey, he's great in the league, beating Real Madrid, beating all these players. But what can you do in the Champions League? That's what we want to see. And so far, the performances and the results, they have not been there. Um, the games, and I would only say you can count the good performances from Xavi's team for Barcelona, maybe on two hands. You had that performance against Real Madrid, the performance against Napoli, the form like that run in February, in the 2021-22 season. Then you had the games against Villarreal, Athletic Club, in like November, and then after that, just Barcelona. They were getting results, but not really playing well. But let's continue on what social media is saying. Let's go up. No way Koeman is playing worse football than this if he had this squad. We all know it, but many of you are too biased. I don't know when, but Xavi will leave in humiliation. This is not a fairy tale. I really hope that this doesn't happen. Because I do not want to see a Barcelona legend like Xavi being like having his legacy tarnished like that. That's not something that you want to see. And Koeman, I'm sorry, Koeman, he would be playing worse football than this. Koeman as a manager is very limited. What's it called? I do not want to see Koeman anywhere near Barcelona. Barcelona have just won 7 out of 20 games under Xavi in Europe. That is extremely embarrassing. That's shocking, guys. Look at this. Benfica, draw. Bayern, lost. Napoli, draw. Napoli, win. Galatasaray, draw. Win. Eintracht Frankfurt, draw. Loss. Victoria Pilsen, win. Bayern, Inter, losses. Inter, draw. Bayern, loss. Victoria Pilsen, win. United, draw. United. Oh my gosh. This is bad. This is so bad, man. 7 out of 20. That's embarrassing. It's time to have the painful conversation that Lewa is washed. Suarez was given to Barcelona. Was given more to Barcelona during his last season there, and there was 100% the outrage. It's extremely hard to find positives from those performances right now, other than the occasional wonder finish. And I completely agree. Right now, what's it called? Lewandowski. He's not performing. He's not performing. The decline after the World Cup has been so steep that he's struggling to score even a goal or two. But guys, I want to know your guys' thoughts on Lewandowski. Well, what do you make of his performances so far this season? Xavi out. I would say give him more time. Yes, 50% say yes to him giving him out. Guys, okay. If we sack Xavi, who are we bringing in? Well, you can't just say, "Hey, let's basically sack Xavi," because who are we going to be bringing in? No. Last time we played a objectively good game of football from minute 1 to 90 was Antwerp on the 20th of September. It's been close to 2 months. 2 months since we played a good game. No comment. No. Felix pathetic dive yet again. Absolutely nobody's buying it. Full time. The fact that they put Ter Stegen as the face of the L is too funny, man. Shakhtar won. Barca, no. This is the Barca that we have been watching for weeks now. Just terrible. Uh, if only we focus more on actual football rather than asking for a penalty every single time on the slice of touches, maybe we'd get a result. Rafael especially serious, man. Worst player tonight? Lewa, Rafinha, or Romeo? Nah, it has to be Lewa. Lewa's officially finished. Tonight, let's talk about Lewandowski from the tail end of last season throughout this season. The only way he has had success if things go our way on particular match days, consistency and improvement in our system have eluded him, missing in a lot of big games. Guys, how many big games has Robert Lewandowski shown up in? How many big games? Shakhtar beat Barcelona with a lineup of 9 Ukrainians, a Georgian, and an 18-year-old Brazilian. Only 4 of those Ukrainians started a game for their country during the last international break. Spectacular upset, and that's before you remember they are functioning in a war. A nice reminder what an absolute embarrassment worthy of the worst human tonight was. Uh 4 subs. That's Chevy's head is buried on Neptune, man. Barcelona needed a win or draw to qualify for the Champions League round 16 with 2 group stage games left. Instead, they lost 1-0 to Shakhtar. Uh, the last time Barcelona, yeah, but that's not happening, guys, as much as I would like to happen. Cancelo actually hasn't had any major defensive blunders so far, from what I can remember. Pleasant surprise. That's good. But his offensive contributions has been lacking so far in the past couple of games. We played one of the worst games since I arrived 2 years ago. That's good. That's good that we're getting this reaction from Xavi. We're not there mentally. We're doing things wrong in general. We have problems offensively and defensively. We have to get back. We have to get the players back so they feel comfortable on the pitch. An important step must be taken. I think giving the players a rest. I think that's a first step. We are in a bad moment. It is a mental issue. We are blocked. Mm. We must regain our confidence. This is just a bad moment. I don't know if this is just a bad moment because Barcelona in general they haven't been playing well. Even last season, look at all those like 1-0 results that we got. The classification depends on ourselves in the Champions League. That's 100% true. If we win our remaining games, we are going to finish top of the group stage, but we have to win them. We played one of the worst games since we arrived. Yeah, we're in a bad moment. We have to recover our performance and be more distinguished. It's a shame because we wanted to qualify for the next round today. It's a step backwards. We did not play a good match in the second half. We tried very bravely, but it did not go as planned. We have to recover and get better. Today, the play is entirely on our level. We did not play correctly. And then that's the takeaway from today's performance, guys. Barcelona, they did not perform at the level that was required. And we suffer for it. Absolutely embarrassing performance tonight, and hopefully we can move forward. We have to perform this weekend against Alaves, and then we have the international break. So hopefully that could be a break in which the players can go out and play for the national teams and come back, feeling refreshed, having a change of environment and everything. But guys, I don't know your guys' thoughts about the game. How did they view it? What do you think of the players tonight? What do you think of their performances? Who do you think was the best player? Who do you think was the worst? And your thoughts on Xavi, your thoughts on the game as a whole, and our prospects of advancing to the next round of the group stage. As always, guys, thank you guys all for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, guys,